Good day, happy travelers. Seven Continents Travel Agency here today talking about shore excursions brought to you by Royal Caribbean in Christchurch, New Zealand. So if you're watching this, you're one of two people. One, you're booked on this cruise, or two, you're thinking about booking this cruise and you'd like to see what the shore excursions are. Purpose of this is to show you the price, what's hot, what's selling out, any noted height, weight, or age limitations, and for those with mobility concerns in your party, any notes that are passed along from the provider, we will share with you as well. So right off the top of the bat, you'll see that there's prices, and there's some prices with no percent off noted, some with 5-10% off. And right now, nothing is sold out and nothing says one spot left. Some of the other stops on this itinerary did have some things sold out. Unlike a Caribbean cruise, if you're familiar with those, where you just kind of leisurely walk on the boat and you head off to the beach, some of these things are a little lighter on capacity, shall we say. So let's hop off to the first shore excursion, which is sightseeing tour by double-decker bus, which is my favorite kind of a bus. It's also my favorite kind of a sandwich. $84 per guest, per adult, $64 for kids, 3.5 hours long with 2 departure times, 9:30 a.m., 1:45 p.m. Minimum age to participate is 2, and you'll get on the bus, you'll see the items listed here. Feel free to pause to read that. And then more importantly, the highlights. Feel free to pause to read everything you will see on this excursion because there's a lot of words, and in short, you're going to be seeing stuff. That's the cliff notes. Those are the details if they're important to you. We already talked about the minimum age is 2. If you're pregnant, it's not recommended for you, or if you have back issues. Those are the mobility concerns that are noted. So it didn't say not for wheelchairs, so we are under the impression that that's okay. Lord of the Rings fan, Journey to Middle-earth, $374 per guest, 8-hour duration, 9:30 a.m. departure time. Again, minimum age is 2, and you are going to be off to relive your Lord of the Rings trilogy memories, because, it was filmed there. So these are the highlights you will see there. You probably won't get King Aragon or nothing like that, but hey, you never know. It is, you just really never know. If you have mobility concerns, you should not select this tour. If you do have a wheelchair, talk to your doctor before you select this. Consider your fit. So this is the real deal here. And you got to be 18 to enjoy alcohol. Seems like they're enjoying the sights there. How about a high country off-road and jet boat tour? $466 per guest, 7.5 hours long. Leaves at 10 a.m. Minimum age is 2. And you're just going to have an action-packed day. Read the details there, but you heard that there'll be a land vehicle and a water vehicle. And here's more highlights there. Pause to read those highlights. There's going to be a walk over uneven surfaces, some inclines. Consider your physical fitness. If you have a wheelchair, don't select this. If it says you're pregnant and you have back problems, don't select this. Motion sickness, bring whatever you're using on the cruise ship. Talk to your doctor. There's a lot of notes here for this one, but anytime you get action-packed items, well, there you go. How about a wildlife experience? $235 per guest, 6 hours long, leaves at 9:45 in the morning. If you're looking for a wildlife experience, these are the words that explain your experience. The highlights summarize what you would have read the above, but pause, rewind if you want to read those. And you got to be able to walk 0.3 of a mile. Consider your fitness. Foreign currencies is not accepted. So you got to use whatever New Zealand dollar is. Wildlife sightings cannot be guaranteed. So unlike my Alaska cruise where you don't see wildlife, they give you $100, this is not that excursion. What about wine? $197 per guest, and you can go off on an excursion and see where wine is made, how they make it, maybe even taste it. 9:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. is the departure for 6.5 hours. You're going to do the words there, and it comes with bread and crackers, as well as an antipasto platter, heaped with meats and local cheese. I'm telling you, that might be just worth it for that. I'm not much of a wine guy, but there you go. Consider your fitness. Wheelchairs not permitted. You should not select this. 1 hour drive each way. So those are the important details. Feel free to read those at your leisure. How about a discovery cruise? $116 per adult, $78 for kids, 2.5 hours long, leaves at 9:40 in the morning. And on your Discovery Cruise, you are going to see all the things listed here, as well as get a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, and see some birds. And dolphins. Here's the paraphrase of the above. Grab your camera, take a picture. Got to be able to walk over uneven surfaces, 3 steps. And again, wheelchairs, this is not for you. Talk to your doctor. Wildlife sightings cannot be guaranteed. Only at Disney World can they be guaranteed. How about a sheep farm? $119 per guest. 4 hours long, leaves at 9:30 a.m., leaves at 2 p.m. And you will head to the sheep farm and you will see what goes on a sheep farm. That's the overview. These are the highlights. And wheelchair, do not select this, but otherwise the notes are there, and it's a 1 hour drive each way, so you get 2 hours at the farm. Antarctic Center and Air Force Museum. $191 per adult, $178 for kids. 5 hours long, leaves at 9:30 in the morning. 5 hours. Yeah, there you go. Antarctic Center. 4D viewage through the Antarctic. There you go. That's the highlights. Again, neck and back problems. 3 hours of walking. Motion sickness, wheelchairs. If you have a wheelchair, do not select this tour, it says. It's a 45-minute drive each way. There you go. It looks fun. That one does look fun. How about zip lining? $223 per guest. 4 hours long, leaves at 9:45 in the morning, 2 p.m. Minimum weight 27 kilograms, maximum weight 125 kilograms. Okay, Google, how many pounds is 125 kilograms?
125 kilograms is 275.578 pounds.
Okay, 275.5. Okay, Google, how many feet is 100 centimeters tall?
100 centimeters is equivalent to 1.094 yards.
One yard. Is that 3 feet? So you got to be a little bit over 3 feet tall to do this. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go. So you will do zip lining. You'll see the things listed here. You will see the things listed here. And of course, if you have any mobility concerns, zip lining is a pretty aggressive. It's strenuous. It's, as a matter of fact, it even says as much. So there you go. And you got to sign a waiver. Went zip lining in the Dominican Republic. It was a lot of fun. How about some springs? How about hammers? You heard of Hammer Time. Now you heard of Hammer Springs. $183 per adult, $135 for kids. 8 hours long, leaves at 9:45 in the morning, and you are off to Hammer Springs. Take a brief tour. You will see all the items listed here. Feel free to pause and read them. Food and drink are available to purchase. Hot pools are not recommended for pregnant women. Stay hydrated and don't become overheated. And talk to a doctor before you select this excursion. All good advice. I mean, this advice is good. Here's a jet boat adventure without the exciting 4x4 ride. $164 for guests, $115 per kid, 2.5 hours long, leaves at 9:30 a.m., leaves at 3:30 p.m., and you are going jet boating down one of the most exciting rivers. You'll see that there. Here's the highlights of what you're going to do. And if you have wheelchairs or other mobility concerns, it says, please do not select this. How about a gondola ride? I live for a gondola ride. $59 per adult, $44 for kids. Do it whenever you want, at your leisure. You will see all the items listed here in the overview. Sweeping views, get your camera ready. And if you have wheelchairs, this is not recommended. It is not a guided tour. You're just getting on the boat. Food and drink are not included, but you can buy them if you'd like. All right, so if you are going to Christchurch, New Zealand, these are the shore excursions that are available. Hope you saw something you wanted to do. And until the next video, I hope you travel safe.